What's good, YouTube? It's your boy SneaksXD, and I'm back at it again with another story time, man. I know y'all been waiting for part 3, bro, and part 3 is finally here, bro. Part 3 is finally here. I would have uploaded this a lot sooner, but I was kind of sick this past weekend, so I apologize. But anyway, bro, part 3 is finally here, bro. If y'all have not seen part 2 or part 1, they will both be linked down below in the description, so check those out. And I don't know if y'all can still hear me, but I'm like still a little bit sick. But hey, sick or not, we just grinding for that 1K, bro. So I don't care, bro. But from where we left off on part 2, it was basically, what was it? Our first date, bro. We had our first date. We went to the movies. It was me, her friend, my friend, and my cousin. And things were okay. Things were good for me and her. We had a good time. I can't say the same for my cousin. And I don't know about Sarah. I guess Sarah, she had fun too. But anyway, bro, it was the first day, and next time we saw each other was, of course, on school, okay? Because the date took place on the weekend, and the next time we saw each other was during school. So it was just a normal day in school, you know. I kind of felt like things were dying between both of us because she would act weird sometimes, bro. Like, in person, I said this before, but in person, bro, she seemed so fucking weird. In person, it seemed like we weren't even dating, bro. Because I honestly felt like she didn't really like me, but she was dating me. I don't know, bro. I really do not know. But here's where things here's where things turned for the worst, bro. So one day after school, I get a text message on my phone, right? I'm still in school after this. It was everybody was leaving. It was after school. I was waiting for my mom to come pick me up. I get a text message from my mom, not my mom, what was her fucking name? Bianca, right? Bianca, I get a text from Bianca, and it was on Kick. And guess what the message said, bro? The message said we need to talk. Bruh. If you ever get a message from your girlfriend to say we need to talk, I want you to automatically assume that it's bad, bro. And I already knew what she was about to say, bro. It said talking about we need to talk. And bro, I replied, I said about what? She was just straight up. She said, I think we need to break up because I need time to move on and figure things out for myself. I want y'all to replay that in the video and see if that makes any sense, because I had to read the text like 50 times in order to try to understand what she was talking about, and I still did not understand what she meant by figure things out on her own and whatnot. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? I asked her, I was like, what do you mean? And she basically kind of re-said what she just said, and I still did not understand. So, and then like, I don't even remember what happened after that, bro. But I went to church later that night, and I thought that would help me, but it didn't, bro. All the emotions didn't really hit me until like after, like maybe later that night or maybe even the next night. But from that whole standpoint, it did not, like, I couldn't feel it. I didn't understand what just happened. I couldn't process it in my mind, because like when things happen that are bad, it takes a while for me to like process what just happened. But anyway, later that day, bro, no, the next day, I messaged all my friends, bro, and I was telling them that me and Bianca broke up, bro. And bro, this is where all the emotions started to settle in, and all the emotions started to hit me, bro. So I'm listening to music, right? And tell me how this made it worse, okay? Because I was listening to my hip hop and R&B playlist on my Spotify, and then out of nowhere, bro, I don't even know why I had this song on my playlist anyway. But tell me why I'm listening to my music after I just broke up, and guess what song came on, bro? Fucking Marvin's Room by Drake. If y'all have not heard that song, if y'all have heard that song, y'all should know what I'm talking about, bro. But when that song came on, while I'm like trying to process everything in my head, and that made everything a lot worse, bro. I started feeling so fucking shitty, bro, because this girl basically dumped me, and I don't know why she did. But when I was after like the next few days of school, I'm starting to get rumors, right? I'm starting to get rumors that the reason why she wanted to break up was because of her ex-boyfriend, bro. Remember Chris? her ex-boyfriend Chris is pretty much the reason why, like, people were telling me that the reason why she wanted to break up with me was because of him. And then that was basically the end of that relationship, bro. And then fast forward, some time is going by, and one day I checked my phone, right? I had got a new phone. It was a fucking Android. So there was a light on my Android phone. It was what am I saying? It was a green light that's on the phone. And when the green light is flashing, that means I have a kick message, okay? And I'm looking at it like, oh, it must just be one of my homeboys and whatnot. One of my homeboys texting me. So, but no, I opened up the phone. Mind you, this is like damn near a month after we broke up. I'm still not over it, but I was getting better, right? So I opened up the message and it's her, bro, Bianca. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is she messaging me, bro? So I opened it up, and here's all she said. All she said was straight hate. Hey, fuck you mean hey? You just broke up with me for no fucking reason. You would have messaged me saying hate. So I opened it. I say, hey, what's up? Because I'm trying to figure out what the hell she want from me. And once again, she was basically straight up, and she said that she regret breaking up with me, and that the reason, and like blah blah blah. And I asked, I was like, so what was the real reason for you wanting to break up? And she was like, honestly, I broke up with you because I still had feelings for my ex, bro. I still had feelings for my ex, and I didn't want to bring all that into our relationship, and she wanted to move on from him. That did not make any fucking sense, bro. She said that she broke up with me because she still had feelings for her ex. So you telling me that I was a rebound? You telling me I was a fucking rebound? You gotta be kidding me, bro. And I learned my lesson after this, bro. I never go for a girl who is just getting out of a relationship, bro. Never do it, because I did, and you see what happened, bro. And I was straight up with her. I told her I did not want a relationship, a full-on relationship, and I was kind of being subliminal about it. I said I did not want a full-on relationship. Basically, what I wanted, bro, I'm just be straight up. After something like that happened, I would not want an actual relationship. I would just rather have like a friends with benefits type of relationship, bro. That's the type of shit I would rather have. And I guess she wasn't really feeling that. But tell me how, like, for like the next few days, she would just keep on texting me, bro. And then the way she would text me, it would be like we're still dating. Like, she would send me selfies. I'm like, okay, she's sending me a selfie. So I would send her a selfie too. And it's feeling so fucking awkward because we're not dating. And she would send me like good morning text messages and all that. And here's where things got a little crazy, okay? So a little info about Chris. Chris was a basketball player back then in my freshman year. I don't know about him now. I don't really give a fuck about him now. But he was a basketball player in my freshman year. He was a junior that same year. She was a sophomore. Okay, so he was on the varsity basketball team and all that shit. So I'm thinking like she really made me feel shitty about myself. Like at that very time, I felt like, damn, I guess I'm not good enough considering that he's varsity basketball player and all the shit, that she wanted him more than me. So I was like, man, fuck it. Okay, so one day I was getting ready to try out for the school basketball team, okay? Of course, I would have been on JV had I made it, but I didn't. That's a different story. But anyway, bro, so one day, it was everybody who was trying out for the team, we were all in the gym. We were all having like an open gym game, and Chris was there, okay? Because he was on the basketball team, so Chris was there, of course. So the whole time, I'm thinking about Chris. I'm like, this dude, I really do not like this nigga, bro. But at the same time, I do not know what's true and what's not true. If you're like thinking about something if you're trying to figure out if something is true or not, go get the other person's story, bro. Like I'm getting off topic. So I was planning to talk to Chris when open gym was over, okay? But he was starting to leave early, bro. He was about to leave early, so I had to catch up to him. He already walked out of the gym, bro. He was waiting for his ride to come. So I hurried up and I walked out the gym and I went up to Chris. I was like, yo, Chris, you about to leave? He was like, yeah. And I was just like, bro, I need to talk to you, bro. And he was like, all right. And we exchanged kick contacts. And later that night, I hit him up. And I was just being honest. I was like, when I talked to him, I was like, asked him if he had anything to do with me and Bianca breaking up, and he was just like, nah, bro. He told me that he had nothing to do with with her and me breaking up, and I don't even remember what he said, bro. I really wish that I could remember what exactly he said, but the main part of what he said was that he had nothing to do with me and Bianca breaking up, bro. And we had like a long conversation. He was telling me stuff about her and how they were on and off for 2 years and just things like that. And like, I really thought he was cool, bro. After that, I really thought he was cool, and I gained some type of respect for him. And I was like, all right, bro, I appreciate it. He was like, no problem. So tell me how about a week later, bro. About a week later, I'm still trying to process everything in my head and still trying to move on and get myself together mentally, you know? Tell me how a week later, I started getting all these rumors and shit. Everybody's telling me that Bianca and Chris are seeing each other again, bro. So you mean to tell me that he just talked to me and said that he had nothing to do with them breaking up, but now about less than a week later they're seeing each other again, bro? So this really fucked me up mentally again, bro. Is that they started talking to each other again, bro. I was starting to feel so shitty, bro. And tell me how Bianca got some karma, bro. So the reason why they stopped talking in the first place before we started dating is because he was fucking with other females, bro. So here's what happened. So after they were talking again, they basically split apart again, bro. Because I heard that Bianca was crying again, and here's why she was crying, bro. She deserved it so fucking much, but the reason why she was crying is because once again, Chris was talking to some more females from another school, bro. He was talking to some more females from another school, and it really fucked her up mentally. And I guess she just, I don't know, bro. And I still had his kick, so I messaged him like later that day. I was asking him about the situation, and he was basically telling me that it was just some bullshit from outside people, not being specific. He was just not being specific. And then I tried to ask him, I was like, he'd be more specific about it, because I wanted to know what the hell was going on. So here's what this nigga has to say, bro. He says, honestly, bro, it's none of your business. Okay, so it's none of my business, huh? You're the reason why Bianca wanted to break up with me, and y'all start talking to each other again, and then y'all go through some shit, and you're telling me it's none of my business? Really? I don't know. I didn't really give a fuck. But after that, bro, I really just stopped dealing with all of them, bro. Every time me and Bianca saw each other in school, bro, there would be no talking, bro, no confrontation. We would just walk right by each other, and I felt so fucking shitty, bro. But that's just how it was, bro. That's basically this story time for part 3, bro. And remember how I said I wanted her a pillow, bro? I never gave her that shit, bro. I never gave her that shit. I just kept that shit in my house, and I slept on that shit, bro. I don't even remember what happened to that shit. And I never gave it to her, and that shit is depressing as hell, bro. And I even asked her at one point, what did she do with the bracelet? And she said she still kept it. But man, I don't know, bro. I still think about all this shit to this very day, and it really fucked me up, bro. But like I said, bro, a lesson learned from this story is that if there's a girl who you like and she just getting out of a relationship, never try to talk to her, bro. Honestly, bro, I'm warning y'all now. Anyway, that's part 3 to this story time. If y'all are new, subscribe and turn on post notifications, bro. I drop story times on the regular, as well as 2K videos, and eventually some other games and stuff. And we're like almost at 800 subs. We're coming close to 1K. As the more the days go, we're just coming closer and closer to 1K, bro. We was on that fucking grind, that 1K grind. And I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. This pretty much wraps up everything. Part 3 to my worst breakup experience, bro. I'll be bringing out some more story times eventually. But anyway, bro, this is your boy SneaksXD.